Hi guys, this is Sliver here, and I'm making this video because I discovered the craziest, most creative reputation farm in Diablo 4 Season 10. Now currently in the season, reputation farms are the best way to farm the game because you can get an unlimited amount of resplendent sparks, mythic uniques, and infernal horde compasses using your reputation and the seasonal currency. Currently, the best way to farm reputation is by running through the Helltide and trying to find Chaos Rifts, which will drop reputation and they will also drop seasonal currency for you. Now, there are multiple problems with this farm. First of all, if you're not playing a class that is really fast, such as an Evade Spiritborn or a zero cooldown teleport sorcerer, then you are already at a disadvantage because these fast classes are able to steal your Chaos Rifts and therefore limit your reputation farm. Second of all, this Helltide farming relies on RNG, whether the rifts spawn or not. So you might go for a long time without any rifts that you are able to close and get reputation for. What if I told you that there is a method that gets you guaranteed Chaos Rifts that only you can open, so it cannot be stolen from you? And no, I'm not talking about the nightmare dungeons with the Chaos Rift affixes. The problem with those is that you actually need the nightmare dungeon sigils for them, so they're not infinitely repeatable because you need the sigils. No, I'm talking about an entirely new, very creative method that actually blew my mind when I found it. And I'm going to share it with you step by step. Let's go. So, do you remember the very first seasonal quest that you had to do this season? I'm talking about the one that sent you all the way to the shore of the continent, where you had to seal your first seasonal Chaos Rift, and then you met the protagonist of the season, and after that you unlocked your seasonal reputation board. This very first quest is going to be our target. Our goal will be to repeat this quest indefinitely over and over again on a max level character on Torment 4 difficulty. The reason that we want to do this is that this Chaos Rift is only yours. It cannot be stolen from you. It is always there once you start the quest, so it is guaranteed to be present there, and you also get a random seasonal buff from it, which will give you the possibility of farming an infinite amount of seasonal currency and seasonal reputation as well. So let's see how it's done. First of all, you will want to create a brand new seasonal level 1 character, which should be the same level as your main character with the strongest gear. Next, once you created this character, do not start the seasonal questline. Do not start the seasonal questline. Instead, level to level 60. You can use multiple different leveling methods. You can level regularly using the Helltides or whatever. You can just open up Whisper caches sent by your main from Torment 4 difficulty because those will contain experience orbs, or you can ask a friend to boost you through the pits in order to get to level 60. It doesn't really matter which leveling method you choose as long as you do not start the seasonal questline. Next, look to your main character and put the gear of your main character into your stash. Next, look back to your newly created, now level 60 character and take the gear from the stash and equip it with this new character. Then you should sort out this new character in terms of skills, in terms of paragon boards, and in terms of seasonal powers. You don't have to level glyphs, that would take a long time, and it's not really needed for what we're trying to do. Next, once you have sorted out your character, then go into the pits and complete pit level 55 in order to unlock Torment 4 difficulty. This also works on Torment 1 difficulty if you want to try that, however, the farm will be less effective. So ideally, you want to unlock Torment 4 difficulty and then change the difficulty setting of the game to Torment 4. Next, what you want to do is go back to your starting area where the seasonal quest is present. So now this is the time to start the actual seasonal quest line. You haven't touched it yet with this new character. While you are on the very first seasonal quest and you get to the shore, you will notice that a Chaos Rift will spawn with a bunch of enemies and one of the enemies is a purple demon called Chaos Bringer. What you want to do is only kill this Chaos Bringer elite and try to actually only snipe this Chaos Bringer elite. If you kill all of the mobs there, including the Chaos Rift, so if everything dies, then that's a huge problem because the questline will progress. If you only kill a few mobs, then that will not progress the questline. It only progresses if you kill everything. So you have to avoid killing everything and try to only snipe the Chaos Bringer elite. The reason for that is that if the Chaos Bringer elite dies, then you will get a random seasonal buff on your buff bar. These are exactly the same buffs that you would get after sealing a Chaos Rift in the Haltide or anywhere else. Therefore, it is possible that you get useless buffs such as frost damage, fire damage, shadow damage, or whatever. But it is also possible that you get the very much sought after buff that causes enemies to drop seasonal currency. So what you want to do is kill this Chaos Bringer elite, look at your buff. If it is not the right buff, if it's something useless like frost damage or whatever, then all you have to do is log out of the game, which you can do really fast, and then log back in. You will spawn right next to the Chaos Rift, so you can repeat this over and over again, kill the Chaos Bringer elite, get a buff, look at the buff, and if it's not the right one, log out and log back in. If you manage to get the right buff, then what you should do is run around the area and kill as many mobs as possible because they will drop a lot of seasonal currency. And in addition to that, as how it should work in the Helltide or whatever, when this buff ends, a lot of seasonal currency will be dropped around your character, up to 2,500 seasonal currency, which you can then pick up. And then continue with your farm by logging out, logging in, killing the Chaos Bringer and looking for your buff. This way you are getting a free seasonal Chaos Rift that only you can close, so it cannot be stolen from you, once every 30 seconds or so, depending on how fast you can log out and log in. So you have an unlimited source of the seasonal currency buff that cannot be stolen from you. And then if you want to spend the seasonal currency that you found with this character, you have to log back to one of your other characters, because remember, the seasonal reputation vendor is not unlocked with this character. So you have to log to another character and then spend the seasonal currency on scrolls, which you can turn into seasonal reputation, and then you can turn it into resplendent sparks, chaos armor, compasses, or whatever. All in all, I really love this farm. I love the logic and creativity behind it. I really like that you don't have to compete with other players for your rifts, and I think that rift every 30 seconds is very much comparable to other ways of farming, and it is way more consistent as well because it's not randomly generated whether a rift spawns for you or not. Well, I hope that you will enjoy this farm as well. If you are wondering how to turn your reputation into resplendent sparks and mythic items, then you might want to watch one of my other videos on the screen right now. And thank you for watching. See you guys next time.